Steal a Brainrot, the Roblox game that's been breaking every rule and every record, is now standing on the edge of total collapse. A game that looked untouchable just months ago is suddenly facing problems so big they might wipe it off Roblox forever. But here's the crazy part. While the controversies keep piling up, the player count keeps rising higher than anything we've seen in gaming history. So the real question is this: is Steal a Brainrot unstoppable? Or is it one step away from disaster? Today we're diving into the biggest scandals, from Brainrots being ripped out of the game over copyright wars, to scams stealing thousands of kids' accounts, to even Fortnite stepping in and threatening to take over the entire trend. And by the end, you'll see why this so-called unstoppable game might actually be Roblox's most fragile empire yet. But before we get into it, don't forget to hit like and subscribe, because this story is about to get insane. Now let's rewind for a second. Steal a Brainrot exploded out of nowhere earlier this year, but what most people forget is that it didn't even start as an original idea. The whole thing was built on top of another Roblox hit called Steal a Character. The conveyor belt, the base design, even the shop layout were almost identical at first. Players accused the devs of straight-up stealing, but then more details came out. Apparently Sammy, the creator of Steal a Brainrot, had actually made a deal with the original devs, paying for the right to use the setup, which technically makes it legal. But the problem wasn't the game mechanics, it was the Brainrots themselves. Because these weren't just random silly memes. Most of them came straight from AI-generated TikTok videos. And when people started translating the nonsense phrases, the meaning behind them went from goofy to disturbing very fast. Some mocked religion, some mocked real-world tragedies. Some were so offensive I can't even repeat them. I can only put the translations on screen. And this sparked massive outrage, especially in Italy where Brainrot culture became so mainstream that there were playing cards, entertainers dressing up, even kids' events using these characters. And while some defended Sammy, saying he might not have known what the phrases meant, the fact that players had been pointing out the translations for months means the devs either didn't check or didn't care, and honestly, both options look bad. But here's the twist. Instead of killing the hype, the controversy seemed to make it bigger. By early September 2025, Steal a Brainrot broke the all-time record for most people online at once in any video game ever. The number was over 24 million concurrent players, bigger than Grow a Garden's insane 22 million, and more than the entire population of countries like Australia. Teachers complained about kids shouting Brainrot lines in class. Parents said their kids were running around at home screaming memes. TikTok and YouTube shorts poured gasoline on the fire. And then it jumped off Roblox completely, because Fortnite dropped its own official version of Steal a Brainrot, and this wasn't a cheap knockoff. The devs of the Roblox version had actually given permission, and within days it became one of Fortnite's most popular custom games ever, peaking at over 400,000 concurrent players, setting a creator platform record. Some players even said the Fortnite version was smoother and more fun than the Roblox one, which raises the wild question: could Fortnite end up stealing Roblox's biggest hit? Imagine that, Roblox creates this phenomenon, and Fortnite swoops in and does it better. But Fortnite wasn't the biggest threat, because just as the player count peaked, a new kind of controversy hit, and this one was about ownership. If you've played Steal a Brainrot, you probably know Tung Tung Sahur, one of the most iconic Brainrots in the game. People called it the face of Italian brain rot, but by late August it suddenly disappeared. Players thought it was a bug, but the truth was way more serious. The character had been removed after a copyright claim by an Indonesian creator named Noxa. He was the one who first made the original Tung Tung Sahur meme using AI, and under Indonesian law, even AI-generated work can be copyrighted if a human created the prompt and idea, meaning legally the character was his.